A very good evening, Team Zimbabwe. Masquera say, Masquera say, Masquera say. So let us talk, or let us take a look on Honorable Job Sikhala and the Nyatsime team. So they are now around 16 because another person, Efrej Agwalala, who is the youth person or youth leader in the CCC, has been added onto the list and has been arrested. He is in prison at this moment. So looking at Honorable Job Sikhala has been denied bail. Honorable Godfrey Sithole denied bail. The other team denied bail. Everybody else is being denied bail. And the sad part is that those who have committed crimes are walking scot-free, while those who are actually fighting for democracy are incarcerated. But let us take a look at what the lawyer of Honorable Job Sikhala, Amai Beatrice Mtetwa, said regarding Honorable Job Sikhala. Let us take a look at this video.
And the other Nyatsime.
Well, I've only been in contact with Job and Godfrey. Naturally, you can see that the target is more Job, but because he's co-accused with Godfrey, Godfrey and the others are now a victim of clearly, Job being the target. But their morale is high. I mean, Job is a politician, so, he believes in what he believes in. But he really ought not to be in prison for doing what he was doing as a lawyer appointed by the Ali family.
So basically, looking at this statement from my Beatrice Mtetwa, you can actually see that Godfrey Sithole is a first-time accused, and the other Nyatsime victims, these are first-time accused persons, and they deserve bail. Under normal circumstances, they deserve bail. But the problem is that if you give them bail, what are you going to say on Honorable Sikhala? What are you going to say to deny Honorable Job Sikhala bail only and release the others on bail? That is the major concern of the regime. That is the reason why they continue to keep them in cells in Chikurubi maximum prison. But basically, this is a political issue where we have seen people being persecuted. But look at Wajigajena. Wajigajena came, got into prison, he was given bail the next day. Why? Those are the issues we are looking at. Because look at the value of 5 million and look at what Honorable Job Sikhala said. You can actually see that thieves are actually walking scot-free. So what is happening is that if you look at an armed robber, the way an armed robber is treated is different to a looter is treated. Why? The person who loots money, he makes other people jobless, he makes other people fail to enjoy the economy. Some of them, they end up becoming armed robbers. They get very, very stiff penalties. The person who caused them to be armed robbers is walking scot-free. And the person who is actually fighting the people who are causing people to be armed robbers has been sentenced or has been denied bail for a very long time. You can actually see how and why these people are actually destroying Zimbabwe. So the story and the state of Honorable Job Sikhala at this moment, they have high morale, as the lawyer said, because she constantly meet with them. But there is a problem in the justice system. We can't have our people in jail like that. We can't have our leaders being treated like criminals like that. Then there is another issue, another story of the international lawyers or the other lawyers actually representing Honorable Job Sikhala and team. And you need to hear what the CCC team said. They clarified on that aspect and on that issue. Let us listen to Advocate Fadimai.
It's important to set the record straight about Honorable Job Sikhala's legal representation. At no point has a foreign lawyer come in because there isn't an adequate Zimbabwean lawyer. In fact, currently, his legal team is the best in the business in this jurisdiction and possibly regionally. He's represented by a very strong legal team in which we and Mr. Sikhala himself have totally full confidence. His international lawyer was engaged to ensure that they do some international lobbying on his behalf. We've already spoken about the fact that the Zimbabwean crisis has now been internationalized and he's lobbying on that front. But it was never the case that we're going to call a foreign lawyer to come and do a basic bail application that any first-year law student can do. The problem is not his legal representation. The problem is the system of injustice, the system that doesn't give due fulfillment and respect to the constitutional right to bail. And anyone who's practiced law in this jurisdiction knows that even a self-actor can apply for bail. So the problem with Honorable Job Sikhala, Honorable Godfrey Sithole, and the rest of the Nyatsime group is not that their legal representation is bad. The problem is that the system is stacked against them. And there clearly have been instructions from ZANU-PF that they must be persecuted and a political message must be sent to them. This has got nothing to do with the law and everything to do with politics. And we know that it's got to do with politics because when ZANU-PF commits crimes that are recorded on video, they're never arrested. If it was just simply about upholding the rule of law, if someone says the Triple C must be crushed like lice, that person would be arrested and brought before a court of law. If a ZANU-PF member in Berengwa holds a rural meeting and says President Chamisa should be killed, that person should be arrested and brought before a court of law. That's incitement to violence. It doesn't get stronger than that. When someone murders, abducts Mo Blessing Ali, before the citizens find that body, the police investigation should be on top of it. That's what we call the rule of law. When Bonelli Ncube is killed, it shouldn't take between March and August before anything is done to prosecute and convict those responsible, especially when they're known. That's what would have been called the rule of law. But clearly, this case has got nothing to do with law. About Honorable Job Sikhala's legal representation.
So you have heard Honorable Fadzai Mahere actually speaking about the international lawyers, and she clearly clarified and said it's not that they were supposed to come and represent Honorable Job Sikhala because there was confusion to say Amai Mtetwa is a great lawyer. Why are you bringing other people on board? It's because of the international lobbying, because we need lobbying at the United Nations, at the AU, at the SADC. We need lobbying at the EU, all sorts of international forums. We need international lobbying. And that is what those lawyers are actually doing and actually pursuing. These are people who are pursuing this matter internationally to see how best they can actually assist political people who are being persecuted by whatever is happening in the nation of Zimbabwe. These are political victims and they are facing a political issue here. This is a political issue at hand and a political issue at play. The reason why is because Honorable Job Sikhala is a fighter. Honorable Job Sikhala is actually a star in terms of political maneuvering. That is his role and is good at that. But if you look at this case, you can actually see that he was not doing politics. He was representing a client, standing on behalf of a client. That is why he was arrested. So this issue, you can actually see that it's an issue of having people without a heart, without love for the people, for the justice system, for everybody, because what they want is what is supposed to happen. That is the reason why people are dying of cancer and nobody cares about it. That is the reason why minerals are being looted and nobody does anything, because they don't love us. They don't care. They only care about themselves, their families, and their tummies. That is the reason why you see their families do not reside in Zimbabwe. Their families reside outside Zimbabwe. That is the reason why if you see a criminal, a real criminal being arrested, he comes in suit. But when an activist, a politician is arrested, they come in leg irons and handcuffs. So it's a crime to tell the truth in the nation of Zimbabwe. You are attacked left, right, and center for actually telling the truth. Your experience, if you say Ndakabayiwa nemunzwa, they will dismiss it, and they will say you need to be made for that, for actually telling the truth. So you can't speak, you can't tell the truth, but the Constitution guarantees the people of Zimbabwe freedom of speech, and that freedom has been taken away from our people, from the people of Zimbabwe. But we continue to stand in solidarity with Honorable Job Sikhala. He's a fighter, and he's a champion in terms of politics. He has been there for a very long time. He was elected MP at a very young age as St. Mary's MP. He is now Zengeza West MP at this moment, and we continue to be in solidarity with him. We continue to pray for him. We continue to actually support him. A lot of people might think that the support on Honorable Job Sikhala is fading away. It's not fading away. It's just because sometimes people do have other things to do. So people are actually trying to fight, to say they are trying to balance things, because when the economy is not functional, it's hard and difficult for people to actually commit 100%. Because they have other errands to do. You need to work for your family. The family of Honorable Job Sikhala needs to be fed. There are people running fundraisings and so forth. So there are people running around in terms of mobilizing, and the party need mobilization, parliament, kuruda mobilization, kuruda representation as well. So you can actually see that the hands of the people are actually tied. But I know that deep down the hearts of Zimbabwean people, they are with Honorable Job Sikhala at heart. Team Zimbabwe, let us continue to pray. There is nothing which is going to stand or to stay forever. I always say this. The day might delay, but that day to have change is absolutely going to come. So when we speak about these issues in Zimbabwe, some people who are paid to come and say you hate Zimbabwe, you don't want Zimbabwe, you say all bad things about Zimbabwe. But the question is, why are you arresting innocent people? Why? The people who are actually arresting the MPs are the people who don't love Zimbabwe. The people who are looting minerals are the people who don't love Zimbabwe. The people who are killing our people are the people who don't love Zimbabwe. We love Zimbabwe, very patriotic we are. And we are going to work to make sure that we bring that Zimbabwe we need. We cannot be leaders of Zimbabwe, no. It's embarrassing to see a man dyeing his head so that you can appear younger to the people. No, we are not going to tolerate that. If you are an old man, why are you embarrassed? Why are you ashamed of gray hair? Why are you ashamed of a white head? So we can't be leaders, Tachembera. We must be leaders whilst we are young. And we are going to make sure that we take it to task. 2023 is our year. We are not going to let them escape. We are not going to let them do all these things. We are going to make sure that we fight and actually bring change in 2023. So this is it, Zimbabwe. I have given you the updates about Honorable Job Sikhala and the team. There are now 16 of them behind bars. They have been denied bail, all of them. And the promise is one day is one day. Apana musi usingashiki. That day shall come, and they will come out of prison. Let us register to vote. Let us continue to mobilize people to actually register to vote, to actually go and vote in 2023. That is our hope, and we are going to deliver. 2023, no mistakes. We are going to deliver change, and nobody is going to stop that change. Signing out, my name is Ronald. Let us meet in other episodes and other programs.